And the reason you don't do it because you got so much stuff to do, you're like, I don't need to do another thing. How many of you feel that way sometimes? Do that thing and the other stuff works itself out.
There's a lot of agents, they're just not being fulfilled in their life, in their business, and they're living with stress, overwhelmment, anxiety. And so I want to help them grow their business because that's what they want, and I want to help them create that financial freedom because that's what they want. But ultimately, I want them to fall in love with the process, the addiction to life, loving their lives. That's it.
We're going to play a little game that I like to call Follow the Leader. And who's going to start to lead us first is going to be our friend May. So after May dances, we all dance.
This is what I'm here for, to help people have that transformation by being different in their practices of life. And they're going to do it by following the example, by getting out on the beach and doing yoga with our yoga practitioners. By bringing Mark in, by seeing those videos that we went through.
This thing here, this conscious mind, this prefrontal cortex that we've developed as human beings, we're a species that has developed this thing called a brain. It creates for us.
By doing the breath work that we do through this process, getting them into the practices that allow them to be different so they can be better versions of themselves. So listen, we got 75,000 thoughts a day. 91% of them are the same exact thoughts because it's our unconscious speaking to ourselves, okay? So if we can't create a system of thinking that will filter positive emotions, love, joy, passion, excitement, then our filtered thoughts are gonna create fear, worry, doubt, and anxiety. Time equals emotion. We've been told the lies that practice makes perfect and that time equals money, and that's not true. Practice makes permanent and time equals emotion. What emotion do you want to experience in your life, in your business, in your cash flow, in your money, in your relationships? And that's what the real estate industry's missed that for far too long. It's always been about how can I do more deals? How can I make more money? And that's going to get you so far in your business. It's not going to create a fulfilled life though. For me, my morning routine is the most important. I get out of bed, I drink 30 ounces of water to hydrate the body because physically this is my vehicle here. And then I get into straight away, what are the three things, the three moments, the three experiences from yesterday that made me laugh, that made me smile, that made me feel like I'm here for more than just working or building a business or for creating something, but I can experience the joy, right? So I write those three things down and I visualize them, I replay them in my mind so I can train my mind, because the mental state is so important, to look for those throughout my day so I can experience more of it. Then I move straight into my cold plunge for 4 minutes, and then I go straight into Tai Chi or breath work, and then I move into a 20-minute meditation. From there, I start journal writing, reading, move into my nutrition by getting my smoothie ready, my green celery juice, my vitamins for the day, and then I'm out the door, and I usually do my smart day or my RPMs at the office, which is absolute clarity on the direction of my day, what I'm gonna create that day.
What do you mean by RPM?
So an RPM comes from Tony Robbins, and it stands for Rapid Planning Method, or Results, Purpose, and Massive Actions. And a smart day is the meeting with yourself. It's like a meeting with the CEO, yourself, and you're gonna discover what is all the crap I gotta get done today, right? And then you're gonna put on paper, but then you're gonna identify, well, what are the outcomes I wanna create? Too many people, they get to the end of the day and they got more stuff to do, like I didn't get my to-do list done. I want you to think about this. Does the words to-do list motivate you, excite you, bring that addiction to your life? They don't. But when I can create my outcomes, like be a badass business owner that drives sales into the business, and I can come up with 20 reasons why it's important to me, and I can come up with 3 to 5 actions that's gonna make that happen, like get on the phones and call my sphere of influence, go to the Jones listing appointment, have a team meeting today, whatever those action items are, then I get really clear on what I'm gonna go create for the day. And I can do that to all parts of my life. And then what I find out is a lot of that to-do list, I don't really need to do. My mind is tricking me. But what I gotta really do is first get clear on where I'm going, and then I gotta move to the action items that make that happen, not the bull crap.
I start my day, because being a real estate agent, it's a tough industry. I mean, you know, a lot of what we do behind the scenes never comes to light to the general public, but we are literally out on the battlefields fighting for our clients to be able to provide this top level service and get them the outcome that they hired us to do. So it's kind of like going out onto a war zone, you know what I mean? Literally, you have so many hands in every pot that you're trying to manage. So what I do faithfully is I do my I am affirmations. So every morning I look at myself in the mirror, soul to soul, eye to eye, and I say, I am successful. I am, amazing. I am happy. I am this, and I manifest whatever it is that I want to do. And I look at my I am affirmations as my armor out on the battlefield. This is my armor to go out and go into this world where there's so many different energies and influences all around you that, I don't know about you guys, I'm not religious, but I think we are all interconnected. Our energies can rub off on each other. Positive attracts positive, negative attracts negative. So by me starting my day with at least positive affirmations, I know I'm setting myself up for a beautiful day.
I'm into transformational breathing a lot, so I'll do a version of that for 10 minutes every single morning. Okay, so I'll do quick breaths, like Wim Hof breathing. And then after that, I sit down and I do my RPMs, okay, which is basically a brain dump of what I got going on that day and the focus of 1 or 2 items, usually 3, that I'm gonna focus on that week, that day and that week as well. So it's a daily habit for me that I have to get myself in state to be able to write it down.
But repetition is the mother of all what? Yeah. And so I had to come up with a creative way to get you guys to be repetitive in the skill to remember this.
Start doing a smart day every single day with yourself. 30 minutes, even if you don't even know, like I just explained it in a nutshell. If you don't know, just think of it as a 30-minute meeting with yourself to get clear on where you want to go that day and eliminate all the distractions. Turn your phone off, internet, Facebook, Twitter. Here's what most people do. They get out of bed, Kimberly, first thing, they're turning to their cell phone. We had a speaker today, Mark, he said the average American today is touching their phone 2,100 times a day. Touching their phone, okay? The average person is unlocking their phone 117 times a day, and it's getting more and more because we have face scan on it. So we've got to create that time with ourselves to get the clutter out of our mind and get to the source where we can create from our true self and stop creating business from where everyone else thinks we should do it.
In order to be different though, we have to listen. And if we reshape those words of listen, what's the word? Silence. Silence. On that page, how many of you guys have heard me say you need to be using some declarations on a daily basis? Yes or yes? Yeah. I was thinking, well, why don't I give them the declarations that I've been compiling for the last few years? So for like 4 or 5 pages of declarations you can use. Now remember, part of your experience to being addicted to life is spiritual, mental, physical, social, financial, and emotional. We have these 6 realms. How many realms?
It boils down to pay attention to your thoughts and your emotions, okay? So if you're feeling in a negative space, then your thoughts are probably in a journey that's either in the present or the future or the past. We know we're present when we can feel great, when we can feel our power, or we can even pretend to feel in the present by having positive thoughts, okay, or positive visions. So to me, I look at it as our day's broken into 3 days, morning, day, and evening, and we have routines. And inside those routines are rituals that will create the emotions that we want. So if we get clear on what emotion we want in that part of the day, we can pick out practices or rituals, we can apply them, and then it will create them, okay? So that how do you change your state? Physiology. Move your body, get moving physically. Number 2, your thoughts and your stories going on. Number 3, what are the words you're using? What's the language you're using, and what emotion is it anchoring into your experience?
Mindset is everything. I mean, if you believe it, you can achieve it. I know it sounds cliche, but I 100% believe that everything that I've had in my life, I have manifested into my life, both good or bad, and so you have to be very conscious of the decisions or what you're putting into your head, because they will end up being the results that you produce into the world.
We have to understand the emotion that we want, right? For me, for so long, I wasn't feeling peace and tranquility. So that's what I start my day off with. I practice with cold plunging, and we went through this on a previous interview. Cold plunging, morning routine, prayer, meditation, breath work, a lot of those practices that I'm bringing into this event. But then when we get into our business, it's about certainty. Am I gonna drive business in? Am I gonna create deals? Am I gonna have customers? Am I gonna be able to have the money to pay my staff, my overhead? And so you have to shift the emotion that you want. What emotion or how do we drive certainty in our business? We get into that action. It's get on the phone, it's call, it's door knock, it's talk to our SOI, and then we start to move forward with that emotion that we want.